you would lead your life differently now. Heaven Letter number 5105. November 16, 2014. Your life is where you are. You take yourself with you wherever you go. You, yourself, are the sum total of your life. Your consciousness is what your life is about. Your awareness and vision, your life is about these. Certainly, what occurs in life affects you, yet you are the decider of how it affects you. Your life is about you, and how you respond to what occurs. Therefore, I say that your life is all about you. Your life isn't dependent upon what happens to you. Your life depends upon how you see what happens, for as you perceive, you respond. You draw the pictures of your life by the conclusions you draw. The conclusions you draw are the assumptions you make. It is not unheard of for you to conclude something that is not true. You made one thing of it when you could have made something else of it. Your understanding is not infallible. You are the chef of your thoughts and reactions. You base your recipes for life on your construing of the facts. This is only one good reason why it is better for you to refrain from judging. The story of your life is your putting two and two together, and it is easy to be mistaken. If you would deal differently with an earlier situation now, then you know you have seen amiss. Of course, you would lead your life differently now. You are a human being who learns and grows. No matter how you convince yourself at the time how right you are, the angle of light you look from changes. Noting this change is all to the good. This is how you can see your growth. You, too, have also been misunderstood and misjudged. This is a failing of judgment. Refrain from judgment, for how harshly you deal with others reveals how harshly you deal with yourself. How you judge others is exactly how you judge yourself. Better to have no misgivings in the first place. Even the best have misjudged. Judgment is poor judgment. You don't have all the facts. You may have none of them. Judge another, and you may uplift your ego at the expense of another. Many have judged others and themselves guilty to their regret. Eschew judgment altogether. Get out of the fray of judgment. Judgment promulgates a battlefield. Judgment twists things. There are matters in life that are better to refrain from. Get out from under. Don't be so quick to judge. It is easy to judge. It is rash. To judge is often to misjudge. What would you spend your time judging for anyway? Oh, yes, there is free speech. There is also the blessing of freedom from judgment. If you are unable to order your thoughts around, you can at least close your mouth. Tut-tutting about someone else's gossip. If gossip were nutrition, you would know to avoid it. Do unto others as you do to yourself, that is exactly how it is done. Don't do unto others as you do to yourself, for you do not always do well to yourself, to that individual that you perceive as yourself. Better to be humble than high and mighty. Anyone can be high and mighty. Not everyone can be humble and glad to be humble. Being humble is a reverence for truth. The more you truly believe in yourself, the more humble you are. When you do not have to aggrandize yourself, when you don't have to crow over yourself, when you can accept the oneness of all creation, then you would leave well enough alone and no longer criticize. Yes, criticism is judgment. It is one thing to point out a spelling error. It is another to conclude that poor spellers are not as wonderful human beings as good spellers are. Better to be a poor speller and not judge. Channeled by Gloria Wendroff. heavenletters.org